Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Today we will discuss one sutta which is not much for the practice, but to develop the confidence, faith on Sangha, to develop the determination of monk, and achieving the state where we can call him that yes, that is the quality this Bhante possess. This sutta is it from Middle and Discourses, the book of 3. It is called Bākulasutta. It's very simple sutta. Even if you don't have the English translation, doesn't matter. It just tells the qualities that yes, this kind of monk will exist in this dispensation. This kind of strength they possess. And because of that, today what we see in the, this is the Buddhism, that we can see, yes, oh, there is a still chances to be practiced, that still there is a chance that we can say, okay, yes, I'm here. Yeah, we are practicing here. So I think this sutta starts like this. Evang me sutang, ekang samayang ayasma Bākulo rajagahi viharati veluvani kalandaka nivape. On one occasion, this Ayasma Bākulo, the monk called him Bākula, he was dwelling at Rajagaha Veluvana Kalandaka Nivape, the scholars sanctuary park, in the Rajagaha. It's a beautiful city. If anyone have visited, they will see this Rajagaha town is covered with the 5 bigger mountains, and then in between that city is there, and the Veluvana is also very beautiful if you visit sometime. Athako Achela Kassapo Ayasmato Bākulasa Purana Gihi Sahayo Yena Yasma Bākulu Tenupasankami. So I had mentioned here that the Bākula Bhante had his previous friend. When he was a layman, when he was dwelling at home in that time, he had one friend and his name was Achelaka Kassapa. So he ordained in the Achelaka Sampradaya or Achelaka ascetics, Achelaka, but his name was Kassapa. So he came to the Bākula Bhante, and after meeting these 2 friends, they had a cordial talk. They had a beautiful conversation. Oh, how are you doing? You're staying, everything. Do you have all the foods, and do you get what is the necessary things? And after this talk, Ekamantang nisinno ko achela kassapo aismantang Bākulang etudavocha. Knowing that, talking after that, he sat down one side and then he asked this question. Kivachirang pabbajitosi auso Bākulati. Bākula, how long have you been gone forth? How long have you been a monk? Means how much long time you have spent in this dispensation as being a monk. So Bākula Bhante replied, Asiti me auso vasani pabbajita sati. 80 years of time. Said, 80 years of time I have spent in this dispensation. I have been I'm a monk. I'm practicing this monkhood for this much of long time. So then he asked one another question. It is a beautiful thing. He said, Imehi panate auso bakula asitiya vasehi katikhatum metuno dhammo patisayatoti. What did he ask? That in this 80 years of time, how many times that you have engaged in sexual intercourse? Have you engaged in that? It means it shows in the similar time, apart from practicing celibacy, the other ascetics, they do have this chance, they do engage in this kind of activity some of the time. In the India, there are a lot of ascetics that you will see. If you come to India, you will see everywhere these ascetics are there, and they have different traditions and different names. Some of them follows really celibacy life, but some of them does not. So as a Achelaka, for these people, they do have the chances that they can engage in that. So because of that, whenever they see another person, they do ask this question. And in the reality also, some of the they do really ask these questions, because I had a couple of conversations with the people, and it is a common thing that they ask, oh, are you engaging or not? But for even in a monk life also they do ask. And once I hear that, okay, this monk is talking about this, I have never talked with them. So sometimes this kind of question they do ask in here also. So he asked this question because of they were previous friends also. In when means 80 years before, when he was a householder, in that time they were friends. So he asked a simple question, how you are living? Immediately, this Bākulasutta says, Nakho mang also kassapa evang puchitabang. Also kassapa, you should not have asked me like this. You should not ask me like this. That how many times that you have engaged in the sexual intercourse? This is not a suitable question to ask. But you should ask me like this. Evan chakhomang also kassapa puchitabang. You shouldn't ask me that how many times you have engaged, but you should ask me like this. Imehite also bakula asitiya vasehi kattikattum kama sanya uppanna pubbate. In this 80 years of your monkhood, how many times does the sexual thoughts has arise in your mind? How many times that sensual, even for the sensual pleasure, that thought has arise in your mind? Thinking, engaging is totally different. Does the thought has arise in your mind? Yeah. Then this his friend Kassapa, he do ask that. But he asked the same question. But Bākulasutta replied, Asiti me auso vasani pabbajitassa navijanami kama sanyang uppanna puppa. With the pride, with the strength, he said, Bākulasutta said, in this 80 years of time period, not a single time that the sensual desire or the thought of a sexual thing has arisen in me in this 80 years of time. That is amazing. Imagine compare for ourselves, simply, simply compare for ourselves that how many time that we spend without thinking the sensual thoughts. Age doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. If you are 20, if you are 15, or if you are 80, if you are even in the deathbed, but the sensual thought by heart, by our mind, that we stays young for all the life. Doesn't matter that is availability or not, but thinking is also there. And that happens. Here, this monk who has spent 80 years of monkhood life and not a single sensual thought has arisen in him. How fortunate we are that we went refuge to the Sangha who has this kind of monk, this kind of celibacy, this extent of celibacy, not physically engaging, not physically, even they don't have a thought of that. And that is the strength of Sangha. That's why if someone develops the confidence on Sangha, thus such a person is going to walk on the path of enlightenment. Because of these monks, they do exist. Supatipanna, Ujupatipanna, Nyayapatipanna. These are the qualities of Sangha. So this Kasyapa says one day that as you spend 80 years of monkhood life and you did not have Asiti was saying, so he said, as this 80 years of time that you have spent as a monkhood and never had a kama sanya in your mind, so I took this as your abhuta dhamma, astounding quality, the marvelous quality. I do take on them that this is your quality. He's not talking about any psychic power. He's talking about the strength of monk. Then Bākulasutta said, not only that, but in this 80 years of monkhood life, Vasani Pabbhajitas Navijanami Vyapada Sanya, the hateful thought, the anger, hatred toward anyone. I do not see ill will. I do not see that has arisen in me. Vihinsa Sanya, the harming another being, hurting another person. Such a thing, I do not recall this in my life. So every time that Bākulasutta says that, yes, this is the quality that I possess, Kashyapa, he accepts it as it, oh, this is the amazing and astounding quality. I took it as this, my friend, possess this great quality. Then Bākulasutta said, in this 8 year of life, Kama Vitakkam Uppannapupang Nabhijanami. Kama Vitakka, not the sensual desire, but the thought of sensual desire. Vitakka, that I was thinking, oh, that is the amazing thing to do. Like once you start to practice celibacy, or once you start to practice the slowly Dhamma, there are a lot of worries, difficulties comes, and physically we restrain ourselves, verbally we restrain ourselves, but mentally restraining about thinking of those things, it's very hard. The questions when we ask, then what we are reading, these are all things starts because of it's happening in our mind. So in one extent, this Bākulasutta says, not a thinking process also. Kama Vitakkam, the thought of sensuality does not appear in my mind. Vyapada Vitakkam, Nabhijanami Vyapada Vitakkam, the thought of ill will or hatred does not appear in my mind. Engaging is totally different. Engaging is totally different. For that, means Vyapada Vitakka, simply someone say one bad word to us, immediately the reply is always there. If in that moment the reply is not there, we are not saying by mouth, we are not doing by actions, but in our mind, what we thought, I should have said to this person like this. I should have said these things. Such a thinking comes. Some of the time we spend a long time. We strive to do the meditation for, okay, I want to do meditation, I want to do these things. This hateful thinking, ill will is not suitable for me. This is hatred. This is that is not good for me. Why these things? Why we suffer because this? Because someone has said a one single bad word to us, and then it is very hard for us to get rid of that. But Bākulasutta, what it says, in these 80 years of monkhood life, not a single thought has occurred in my mind. Thinking also is not there. Now, not a Vyapada Vitakka, not a Vihinsa Vitakka. And every time his friend Achelaka Kassapa says that I took this as an amazing and or this Acharya Abhuta Dhamma. This is the Ashcharya, this is a marvelous thing that I granted, I take it from the Bhante. Then further he says, Asiti me also vasani pabbajitassa navijanami gahapati chiviran sadita. Sadita. Bhante says, Bakul Bhante says, in these 8 years of life, I never took a robe from householders. Means usually like today, that what we are wearing today, this robe is prepared by the people. They have offered this robe to us. Everything what we own today, everything is made by someone else, and then they offer to us, and then we use. Bākulasutta says, in 80 years of time, I have not taken a single robe from anyone, not from any household person. So what did he do? Pansukulika Chivar. I think so majority of you know what is the Pansukulika. Pansukulika, it means the cloth people throw away, or someone dies, and then on the body, what the clothes are remain, when they throw this body in the forest, after devouring by the animals, the cloth remains, because animals don't eat cloth or doesn't go that way. So those clothes, or someone were injured, and then those clothes. So these clothes, these monks, they gathered together, then they cut it according to how much they need, and then they sew everything together by their own hand, and they dye it, and then they wear. So lot of patches on their small patches of different colors. After coloring also, some of the patches is visible in that way. Those robes called pansakuli. Imagine every time this cloth this person has taken from someone's body, or dead body, or grown up, that that thought is in their mind. This is so it needs a lot, or we need so much strength to wear that robe. The Bhante says, in 80 years, I have never taken a single robe from any household person. That is amazing quality. Then he says, Navijanami Satyena Chivarang Sadita, that someone has created for me, That one also I don't think. Satyena Chivarang Chindita, I did not think that someone has cut this rope for me. Suchiya Chivarang Chimbita. So using by the what it called, not the cutting the rope by something, or not the single, not using the needle to sew it. Nabijanami Rajanena Chivarang Rajita. So there is a call, to cleaning this rope, or the it was a very hard time in that time, that different things is happening, like to the beating the rope, because the dye was little bit very strong. So for the making this rope soft, they have to bait it, or different ways they have to use. So any of those things, he said, not having anything. Nabijanami Kathine Chivaran Satipā. Even the Kathina robe, because Kathina robe has given by someone else's. So he says, that is also I haven't taken. Nabijanami Sabrahmachari Chivar Kame Vicharita. So fellow monkshood. From there also, I have never taken. Na bijanami nimantang sadita. Someone has given the invitation to me, and then I have went there. I do not recall in this my 8 years of life that I have accepted that. So every time once you read this, you will see that all the things that any monk, we hope that as a householder person, that monk should come to our house, monk should take these things, monk should bless us, monk should, you know, so those are all things, or that monk should have the what it call his students, he should give the ordination to someone, or monk should make the novice monks. Such all things are there. Or uh, people believe that okay, the monk should explain the dhamma all the time, to the men, to the women. So such a thing, uh, one by one he said, I haven't done anything of that. I have never taught dhamma to the bhikkhunis, never taught dhamma to the big samaneris, never taught Dhamma to Sikhamana. Uh, then I have never saw, then never went to the taken the bath in the bath house. Earlier time for the monks, there was a bath house. The bathroom has created. So Jantagare Naita. So even not taken the bath in the washroom also, or the bathroom also. Uh, Nabijanami Chunnina Naita. Never taken the soap to be get washed up body. Uh, so whoever went from the Sabrahmachari Gatte Parikame Vicharita, never thought that, oh, where is this monk? What is he doing? Where is has happened? I did not recall that I have ever asked from anyone. So see, simple life. He's living with the monks. He's staying there, but the isolation what he is practicing from all the worldly things, everything it is surrounded with us. That we as a social animal, as a human beings, the social people, the sangha is a social one. But even in that isolation, what the Bākulasutta had, that is the amazing thing. That is amazing things. And that is one of the maybe it is a true nature the monk should have, because the person who left his mother, the person who left his father, brothers, relatives, all the wealth that he left behind, the property he left behind, to create something new one. Oh, my devotee, or my student, something like this, my fellow monks. It is not easy to do that, because I am also trying to do, and it is very hard to leave the friendship behind, because monks, they are always useful. But someone can practice Dhamma in that extent, that is amazing, really amazing. And today, if someone lives, for that person, it will be more harder than earlier time, because how our mind thinks, it's a lot polluted, because all this internet is there, mobile phones are there, and it is very easy for us to get influence of that. So that's why we need the monk's help. But in for the Buddha's time, what the Bhante Bhakula did, it was amazing. Then he said, Nabi janami abadang uppanna pubbang. So he said, I never recall in my life of 80 years of monk life, or whole life, that I have taken influence of illness. I have never fall ill. Then not a single time I have taken the uh, medication for anything. Even the Harita Kendampi, it means there is a smaller thing that, when you are just feeling nauseous or something, that you take a single thing. Okay, it's not a sickness, but yeah. He said, I have never taken such a medicine also in that extent. Nabhijanami apassenakam. Apasayita. Someone has taken the uh, help, or for the sick person there is the proper way the chairs are that I have never taken Seyang Kapeta, never taken the rest for like that. So he's explaining that one by one that how much strength in his monkhood life was there. Then uh, he said, Asiti me vassa also vassani pabbajitassa navi janami gamantare senasane vassang paggantva. So he said, never taken in 8 years of life, I have never taken the observation of vas inside the boundary of the village. He said, never. He said, uh, Sattahameva ahang also sarano rattapindo bhunji. He said, 7 days, 7 days, Sattahameva ahang also sarno ranapinda bhunji. 7 days of food I have taken from the people as the being a monk or as a common person. 7 days, only 7 days after ordination. 7 day I went to the someone's home or went to the Pindapath and taken the food from them. I have depended on that. But Atha Attimayang Anya Udupadi, from the 8 days, I was not taking the food. I was not depending on that. What does it mean? That it means for the 7 days, he stays as a monk who does not have enlightenment. So totally dependent on another's offering. But once the person become enlightened, so it's not depending on that. Whatever he gained from there, he's consuming it. That's all. It's not that he does not have to repay. For us, for the monks, Buddha said to us that if someone offer the food to you, that you become, you are in their debt, that you have to repay. And then Buddha says, if any monk, for the single moment, if he develops the loving kindness, means not single moment, the flower, it blooms in that short time of period. If someone is practicing loving kindness, that he is repaying his debt to the people who offer him food. Then, so for the smallest moment, if someone practicing anatma sanya or impurities in the body, such a things automatically is repairing the debt what he has taken from the food he has taken. So he's repairing them. But for the Bākulasutta says, 7 days I was a common monk, and after in 8 days I become enlightened. So from thereafter, he does not have to repay. He's not in debt of anyone. So that is the amazing, astounding quality that Acharya Dhamma is that he's saying, yes, I have that also. Astounding quality is this. Then he says, Labheya also Bākula imasmin Dhamma vinaya pabbajjan Labheya upasambadanti. After listening these things, then in this monkhood, that here it is looking at that as the Bhante was discussing, as the Bākula Bhante was explaining, that this quality I possess. These are the quality I have these qualities. What his friend Achelaka Kassapa, what he was thinking? He was thinking that he is also ordinated monk. He also is a ascetic, and I am also ascetic. But the difference, a vast difference in between two things. Like I have engaged like 80 years of monkhood life. The Kassapa Bhante has, Bākula Bhante has, and This Achela Kassapa, he was his household friend. Before becoming monk, they were friends once. So in this time, he also must have been a monk as for the long time, not the 80 years, but most of the time, because he has seen that, okay. And in that his life, monkhood life, is Achela Kassapas, what kind of thinking he has? Oh, I have engaged in sexual conduct, you know, I have engaged in that. I have hatred also. I have these things also. And my friend Bakula is explaining not a single thought I have uh, through the regarding sensual pleasure, regarding hatred, regarding ill will. It means his practice of life is amazing. There is no comparison with my life. I was thinking that I am also ascetic, and the Samana Gautama, the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma also as ascetic form. They are also monk. So there may be some similarities. Okay, they are also practicing for the enlightenment, and we are also practicing from that. But the result, how that we are striving for, it is totally different. So immediately understanding that, he said, my monkhood life is not the monkhood life that someone should practice. So what is it? Labeya so bakula imasming dhamma vine pabbajang labeya upasampadanti. He said, Bante, can I also ordain in this life? Can I also become a monk? Can I also get the higher ordination or training in this monkhood life as a Buddha's disciple? And with the time, alattako achela kassapo imasming dhamma vinaya pabbajja alattang upasampada. With the time, uh, proper time, he got the ordination and he got the upasampada also. Why it says the alattha? It means because of if someone from the different mindhood or different philosophy, if someone enters in the Buddhism and practice that, they has a little bit parivasa time period, like a minimum 4 months. They have to live in this dispensation. They have to practice, and they have to accept the ideology of monkhood. Because if someone is coming from the different thinking, when he come here, he bring these all things also. You know, like a river when it flows, what it does, it brings good water also, good soil also, and all the dirt also, all the sticks. But with the time, what happened? This all the impurities, this fall behind, fall the bank of river, and then only water falls into the majority of time. The only water goes to the sea. So same things. Once you come to the monk life or in the dispensation, you bring all the thinking, all the ideas are, oh, the monk should be like this, monk should be like this. I believe in this. I believe on that. So these things are we filled in our mind. So getting rid of these impurities, what they do, they have the 4 month of time period. These monks, they have to spend. You know, that is the beautiful time that you test your strength in there. You test your how much can you endure, uh, patience, you know, developing the good friendship, understanding the monks how they live their life, and comparing yourself, okay, are you able or not? So that thing, that time period is called parivasa kala. So uh, parivasa has another meaning also as monks, but for the common person when they come, they also spend that much time. So alattako achela kassapo imasming dhamma vine pabbajja. So with the time, with the not long, this time he got the ordination. Alattang upasampada. He got the higher ordination also. Achirupa sampanno panayasma kassapo eko vupakatto appamatto atapi pahitatto vicharanto viharanto achira save. So after giving up his old livelihood, he's become a kassapa only. Kassapa, okay. Previously he was ascetic, achelaka. the nude one, nude or naked sadhus and naga sadhus we can call. So he was like that. So he given. Now they call him only Kassapa. So after taking this robe and after doing that, he has practiced, he strived in the spiritual life, with the diligence, with the strength, and uh, he went separately alone by practicing like Bhaktis were doing, and then yasathaya kulaputta sammadeva agarasmanagarin pabbajitang tadanuttaram. So for the whole purpose that any kulaputta, any person leave their house and become a monk, that thing he has achieved. Brahmacharya pariyosana ditteva dhamme sayang abhinya satchikatva upasampajya vihansi. So fulfilling his celibacy life, or fulfilling his path of Dhamma, Brahmacharya Pariyosana, completing his the path of Dhamma, in this very life, realizing that I am free from all the debts, I am free from all the defilements, and realizing that he was dwelling that Kina Jati, that my birth has been finished. Usitang Brahmacharya, that I have completed the task, I have fulfilled as a Brahmacharya. Katang Karniya, whatever has to do in this life, I have done. Na parang tayati. There is nothing remain to do for me. Abhanyasi, that I have realized this thing. Anyataro ko panayasma kasapo arhantangamsi. So Kassapa also became the one of the Arhanta monk in the dispensation. That is a beautiful thing. By influence of another monk, some from the different mind setup, he gave up everything what he was believing in. For the ascetic, means for the common person, it is easy to become a monk, but for the ascetic from different sect, ascetic from the different mind setup, for them to lose their that beliefs and come to here and becoming monk, it is more difficult. They are ascetic, that's true, that's definitely true, but the ideology behind that is difficult for. And with the help of Bākulasutta, his friend, household friend, he attained enlightenment, and that is amazing thing. With the influence of good friends, noble friendship is something like this. The monk's life is like that, influence on us. He did not say you should do. He did not say, Bākulasutta did not mention, do it this thing. No, he said, in this monkhood life, what I have gained, after becoming monk, what I have gained this purity. No kama sanya, no vyapada, no vihimsa sanya. Then vitakka also, not a thinking also. There is no thinking. Not these things. There is no destruction. There is not going on. Mind is wandering here and there. He mentioned only that from the Dhamma, I have get this. And as he was listening, Bhante, Kashyapa also was thinking, I am also monk and I never got these things. It means my path is not the thing that is easy, that is beautiful, but let me follow him. He followed and achieved that task, achieved the goal. He also became enlightened with the time. But Bākulasuppa's story does not stop there. One day, Bākulasuppa, what he does? Atako hayasma Bākulo aparena samayena avana purnang adaya viharena upasankavitva emamaha abhikantamatayasmanto ajjame parinibbanam bhavisati. One day, what Bākulasuppa, what he did, he went from every monastery to monastery, every kuti to kuti, and he was telling that, oh, this is amazing thing that today I am going to take the parinibbana. I am going to take parinibbana. Means I'm going to leave this body today. You know, today I will do the Ajjame Parinibbana Bhavisati. And with the same time, after this, going to the home, different dwellings, this Bākulasutta really took the Parinibbana in that day, the same day as he said. And that is also Idampi Mayanga Ayasmut Bakula Satcharyanga Buddha Dhammangare. That is also amazing quality, astonishment, or that is an astounding thing that Bākulasutta has. It's very difficult. Saying, if someone said, for the enlightened monk, that is easy for us. If someone tell us today, tomorrow morning, you are going to die, how can we sleep today quietly? Can we? No. We will be awake totally. You know, that's the thing. If you, before the execution, so many people they have asked questions, their interviews. If you watch them, you will see the fear of death is there, because spontaneous dying, like an accident happened, heart attack happened. We were not prepared previously, but someone has told us today you are going to die, tomorrow you are going to die. 2 days you have remained, do whatever you have to do. This person becomes, there is no words for that, You cannot say that uh, he's not thinking properly or something. He's totally gone bad. It doesn't do that thing. There is nothing he can explain that I am going to die or something, because no one going to believe. But for the enlightened monk, uh, passing away, or not passing away, just leaving this body, finishing entire this sansara, it is very easy, very easy. It's the death is like an old friend or something they accepted. Nothing, because the enlightened monk does not have suffering anymore to suffer. The true liberation is there. There is no existence anymore. So there is no suffering anymore. And that's why accepting this passing away is very easy for them. So 80 years of household life and 80 years of monkhood life. So totally 160 years of that time. In Buddha's time, the human lifespan was 120 years. But this monk lived exceeding that also. 160 years of life he has lived. And 8 years of household and 8 years of monkhood life, it is not an easier thing to live, you know. So he lived that thing. There is one of the stories I heard from the Sri Lanka. Um, I'm not sure it is in Sri Lanka or it is happening in India. One they told me when I was visiting the different monasteries, and it was very fascinating thing what he told. He said um, one of the king was building. One of the king he went to the where the all the bhikkhus shrines were built. Small pagodas are there in India or others. So uh, monk were explaining, oh, this is the shrine for the Supreme Buddha. This is the thing. So the monk said, the king said, okay, I will build it, rebuild it. Then another person said, okay, this monk said, oh, this is the Sariputta Bhante's. This is Mughal Bhante's shrine. This is the relics where it's built the pagodas. Then uh, this is the uh, Ananda Bhantes, this is Anuruddha Bhantes, this is Rahul Bhantes, this is the Nahans. So every monks who were lived there, their relics were exist in that time. So the king, what he was doing after listening that, oh, this monk was really great. He has done this much of marvelous task and everything. So every shrine, every pagoda or every temple, he was offering money from that fund to clean, to maintain, and do all the works. So here and there. So one of the place he came, there was not a much flowers, nothing was lived in that. So this monk, he told that king, King, this is the Bākulasutta shrine. And so he asked what he did, how many people he make ordain, how many people he taught the Dhamma, and entire explanation. This Bhante said, Bakul Bhante never taken a single penny from anyone, never taken the food from anyone, like a invitational one, never taught the Dhamma to the human common people, nothing, nothing. He lived his life according to Dhamma in isolation. So the king said, this monk, he has never done anything. I'm not going to offer. So as a courtesy of this is the also monk, he placed the one coin on the that brick. You know what is the brick was built by brick. So he placed the one coin there and he was going further. This coin, it fell down from the shrine. It fell down from there. And this king saw, oh, what happened? So the Bhante, I don't know how, but Bhante said, the person who does not take on the single penny, nothing from anyone in his, when he was alive, how can his relics accept the money from you? So it was amazing for this monk. There is no existence anymore, but still the vibe of that person is there. You know? And this king was really fascinated that much of separating ourselves from this worldly life. This is a separation. It's like someone asks to do something for us. It is very easily that we get persuaded, we get influenced by those people. But this monk, and king was very happy. He said, okay, I will rebuild this entire shrine beautifully and I will do the proper maintenance of that. That is the amazing thing this Bākulasutta has. Because of the Bākulasutta has this strength of Dhamma. Every one of that, it motivates the monks to live the life like this. Difficult, definitely difficult. Dhammapada is not easy. And for today, it's very, very difficult. But this kind of uh, influence or this kind of motivational monk was lived in this dispensation. So we as a monk or as a common people, we get impression from that there is a still chance this dharma still exists. We also can strive. The Bākulasutta is for that, to make us motivated, to take the refuge in Sangha, looking at this marvelous or amazing monks, they exist. So read this sutta, not to see his achievement, but to see the strength of Dhamma, how he has protected this. And make your refuge the Sangha. Oh, in the Sangha, monks like Bākulasutta exist. That is amazing, astounding qualities these Bākulasutta possess. In a day when the Bākulasutta said that I am going to pass away, Bākulasutta passed away from that. That is amazing things. So remember this sutta, it's beautiful. Read couple of times just to enjoy this sutta, not much more than that, to develop the strength of confidence in your mind toward the Sangha. So may this sutta be helpful for all of us to develop confidence on Sangha. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to practice the Dhamma and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu.